Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing today? And we're live again. Super excited to be here. Just want to make sure we are live. Fantastic. Cool. I think we're on. So while I'm waiting to get going, if you're joining us, please do let me know that you can hear me okay. I've tested my mic and my camera, but I always get nervous that people can't hear me because I have had it happen before. So if you're on, please jump on and let me know that you can hear me okay. And if you're watching, please do give me a like. And I would really love to get this content out to as many people as possible. So if you wouldn't mind just quickly popping over to your profile, hitting the share button, sharing this with your friends, because then we can just get as many people up and moving as possible. So let's just have a quick look here. Excellent. We've got a couple of people watching at the moment, so please do let me know you can hear me okay. It takes a while, a moment or two for the comments to come through, so if you've already let me know, then thank you. And we will get started right away because I really don't want to keep you for very long today. You know that my ethos is really trying to make your exercise routine fit into your busy life, and with that in mind, I also want to make sure that I'm not keeping you for too long today. So we're going to have a little bit of a chat, and then we're going to do some movement, and we're going to be on the floor today, so you'll need a little bit of a space, not too much. I mean, my space is tiny here, just enough like a yoga mat sort of size space to jump on and move, if you're watching us live. And if you are watching us on the replay as well, same thing too. I would love to know if you're watching on the replay. You can put hashtag replay into the comments to let me know that you caught up. And I really want this to be interactive as much as possible. So if you have any questions at any point, please do drop them in the comments. And if you are watching on replay and you have questions, drop them in there, and do tag me as well, because just sometimes Facebook doesn't notify you, and it's yeah, extra layer of me hearing from you if you tag me, if you've got questions, particularly on catch up. So hopefully you have registered for this little event. If you haven't, I highly recommend registering. Like, this is, obviously a free event on Facebook, but if you register, you're going to get access to the 2 workouts that we're doing today and tomorrow, and they'll be on an unlisted YouTube link, so you can keep them forever. Plus, you're going to get a bonus relaxation video as well, because it's all about balance. And I'm going to give you a special discount code for something that I am going to be talking about tomorrow. I am so excited to share this with you. Since I came up with it, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I haven't done this before. So it's all been planned and prepared, and it's ready to go. And I'm going to be telling you all about it tomorrow night. So I'm going to keep you in suspense about that one. Okay, I haven't seen any comments pop up. I am hoping you can all hear me okay. Faith, what's going on with this little screen here? Oh, yeah, Amy's here. Lovely. Amy, can you hear me? Please let me know that you can hear me, because I've just been rabbiting away for a moment, and I just want to make sure that everyone can hear. Okay. So I have a question for you. I would love you to pop in the comments, what is your biggest obstacle to regular exercise at the moment? What is your biggest obstacle to regular exercise? What is holding you back? If regular exercise is something you want to get in, which hopefully it is, because it's very important, what's holding you back? Yeah, so I would love to know, and I will, when those comments start coming in, then I will address them as we're talking. And if you're watching this on catch up, please do put it in as well and tag me. And if I haven't covered it as we're talking, then I'll pop something in the comments to help you as well if you've got something that's holding you back from exercise at the moment. But while I'm waiting for that to come through, I'm just going to let you know a little bit about me, because not everyone watching this knows me. So I'm Charlotte, obviously, and I'm a personal trainer and movement coach based in Brighton, but I have clients all over the world. I work with people mainly online. So yeah, I've got people all over the world that I work with. And my obsession for learning about bodies and movements really came from my passion from dance. And I had some fantastic teachers when I first started dancing who really encouraged me to do strength and flexibility training to improve my dance technique and to prevent injuries. And as I developed this, I also noticed some other amazing benefits in my everyday life, such as I used to have quite painful knees, and that actually went away. I thought that I was going to have to live with painful knees for the rest of my life, and it just went away. And I was only in my 30s. So, managing my time became essential because I wanted to practice dance. I wanted to do the strength and flexibility training, and I had a full-time job as well. And it took a lot of trial and error. But over the years, I've developed some really great systems to get it all done. And since I became a full-time movement coach, I really pride myself in helping my clients fit their own exercise routine into and their practice into their busy lives, and helping my clients cut through the resistance to doing the practice and the overwhelm of doing the practice, and all of the stuff that you could possibly do. So that's a little bit about me. I won't go into it too much. Let's just see if we've had some comments. Yes, Sue, you can hear me. You can hear me. Hi. Oh, yay, Steph. Like all at once. It's so funny, these Facebook lives, right? I'm like, put something in the comments. Put something in the comments, and you're all there probably typing away, putting stuff in the comments, and it just takes a little while to come through. Okie doke. Steph is here. Hi, Steph, and hi, Amy J, and who else is here? And Sue. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? Motivation and finding exercise that excites you. Okay. So yeah, that is challenging. You do have to find something that you enjoy doing. Yeah, for sure. Otherwise, there is going to be that mental resistance to it. But then another way to look at that is if you find something that you don't hate, you can also kind of flip the switch a little bit with it. For example, rather than thinking, oh, I have to do this, whatever it is, exercise for my body, by flipping it and making it like I get to do this exercise and give my body some amazing movement nourishment that it needs, and look how amazing my body is and the things it can do, and I have a healthy body. And by flipping the switch and adding that kind of positive spin to it, maybe giving yourself a high five when you've done it, it can actually start to make you feel a lot more positive about it. So when you feel negative about exercise and doing movement, then it kind of just will exacerbate and make you feel more negative. But when you start to add positive vibes to it, and it sounds a bit hippy dippy, but it does actually work, then you'll start to feel more positive about it as well. So let's have a little look. Steph, lack of organisation. Yes, organisation is key. Planning is very important. And yes, taking a little bit of time to plan is really important. But that's where these little 5-minute snippets that we're going to do over the next couple of days are great, because you can just slot them in when you haven't got much time, or when you haven't had a chance to plan, or when your plans have gone awry, as often happens, because life will usually happen. And Amy J says, myself and my choices, choosing work business. I assume that means choosing work over doing your exercise. So you can do both. That's if getting a regular exercise routine in place is important to you, then you can do both. That's what I did over the years when I had a full-time office job. And again, just starting small, using these little 5-minute routines. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Sometimes it can seem overwhelming, and it can seem really massive. I have to fit all this thing in. But it's if you start small, that's really one of the keys to it, which is why I'm always talking about 5 minutes is better than no minutes, because it's so key to start small. It really helps you push past the resistance and just helps you to build it in and become a regular part of your life. Oh, Amy J, you were in the Fly Fusion certification. Amazing. Oh, Violet is one of my best friends. I love her so much. Cool. Did I answer everybody? So I answered Sue, I answered Steph, and I answered Amy J. Fantastic. Cool. So yeah, like I said, if you're watching this on replay, then do tag me and let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything. else that comes up. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest barriers to getting moving as well is not knowing what to do as well, or being overwhelmed by all the things you could do. I mean, there's tons of free short videos out there on YouTube, like you could easily go and search a few and bookmark them, but sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming and you're like, this is really for me, I'm not sure what I could do this one or I could do that one, I don't know. And this is another reason why I've created these little sessions, and I'm going to send you the videos if you've registered, because then you've got a video that you like. Hopefully you're going to enjoy them. I know some of you have worked with me before and you're coming back again, which is great, which means you must enjoy my little sessions. So just bookmarking the videos is really useful, because then you don't even have to think about it. You just know where you go, you just click a button, you just follow along and you get it done. Okay. We have to be realistic when we're busy, and you might have to make some compromises, and sometimes it's a case of embracing a little discomfort in the short term for the benefit of your future self. Okay, so you can think about this in the kind of micro in a micro perspective. Like if you do a little movement practice even though you're feeling tired, it will either energize you or might help you to relax or release some stress, or to switch off. And then in the bigger picture, keeping a regular practice going means that you're not going to feel so sluggish and tired, as time goes on, for example. And persisting with a regular practice, sometimes as messy and irregular as it sometimes can get, is going to give your body the resilience and strength to manage what life throws at it, long into a future that we can't even begin to imagine yet. We have to consider the compound effect of not taking care of your body. If you skip one day, it's not a big deal. But once you skip more, it's just... our bodies actually, particularly as we get older, and I know a lot of you who follow me are in the getting older category. I'm 45 myself, and actually our bodies are starting to deteriorate. I know it's a bit scary, but doing this little bit of work is just really helping to help us to, to feel good and have longevity as much as possible. I don't want to say, I had a great quote. There was a podcast I'm listening to at the moment about menopause, and it was a great quote about how we're always talking about anti-aging, and actually we really need to flip it to pro-aging, because as we're getting older, we're wiser, we've got so much more experience. Why is it got to be all about anti-aging? Aging should be a positive thing. As well, or we've got to try and look at it in a positive thing, so in a positive way. But the more we can do to look after ourselves, getting older is going to be a more positive experience, we hope. Okay, let me just have a quick look and see if any other questions have popped into the comments. I don't look 45. Thank you very much. Yeah, if it can take 10 to 15 minutes to set it all up. Yes, exactly. It's if you don't know what you're going to do, it's the mental resistance to doing it. Like if you're already a bit like, I've got to do a movement practice, I've got to fit it in, I've got to do some exercise, there's already a bit of resistance there. So then you've got to turn your computer or your phone on, and if you don't know what you're going to do, you open up YouTube or whatever, and then you're like, oh my goodness, where do I even start? And then you're like, oh, but this one looks cool. Oh, but this one looks cool. Oh, that looks cool. And then, like you said, before 10 to 15 minutes is gone, and the 5 minutes that you had, the window is possibly lost. So really, really keep your favorite videos handy, because that's really key to just bashing through that resistance. Aging and getting older is a gift. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okie doke. So we're going to get on with some movement right now. So I'm just going to adjust this camera angle. I discovered that my webcam tilts like this. I've been using it for about 2 or 3 years and I didn't even know it did that. So if you're watching, whether you're watching on live or on replay, please come and situate yourselves on the floor. We're going to start on our back. I obviously won't be keeping an eye on the comments while we are moving. But if you do feel the need to ask me a question while we're moving, drop it in and I will answer it when we finish. And the idea is it's not going to be too much longer than 5 minutes. Okay, so I already recorded the videos for you earlier today, and it was, I think it was about 6 minutes long, this one. So you're going to come and lie on your back. Oh, quick disclaimer before we move. I'm assuming that everyone is safe to move. Please, if you've got any injuries, take care. Only do an exercise program if you have clearance to move by your doctor or clinician. While we're doing the movement, if anything hurts, then please stop. And we can always talk about it afterwards. Please let me know in the comments if you've got any questions about any of the movements we do. Please take care of your bodies. We're online, so I can't see you. So you have responsibility for your own self. Okay? Right. That said, let's come to lying on our backs and relaxing for a moment. Let's take a nice deep breath in and breathing out. And we're just going to start with a nice bit of spine movement. So I'm just going to take my arms out to the side and I'm going to bring my feet and knees together. And I'm just going to drop my knees to one side and then over to the other side. So we're just getting a nice twist in the low back. And for the first few, you can move as far down to either side as feels good to you today. Okay? And you might find that that gets bigger as you start to warm up into it. Let's do one more each side like this. And then come back to center for a second. Now you're going to keep the feet and knees together and you're going to keep the movement going. But I want you to be really particular about keeping the knees in line with each other. It might mean the movement's a little bit smaller, but we're just getting really into the spinal rotation without any too much movement in the pelvis. And then come to center. Okay, feet a little wider now. So they're your feet and pelvis, are your base of support. We're going to take the arms overhead, so clasping the fingers together. And we're going to take the hands over to one side and then over to the other side. So I've got the wall behind me, so I can't go all the way over, but please go as far as you can, as far as you feel comfortable to. You can lift the head up off the floor if that feels good, or you can keep it on the floor. And again, we're trying to keep the pelvis still, and we're just moving in the upper body, getting some nice rotation. Let's do one more on each side, and then come back to center and relax the arms down. So now we're going to pick one leg up and then pick the other leg up. So we're alternating the legs. We're just marching on the floor here. And I'm going to take us through a few take us through a few progressions. At any point, if you feel like we've progressed too far for how you're feeling today, then you can go back to the previous one, or you can progress it along as we go, and then you can go back to a previous one when you're feeling a bit tireder. If you need to rest at any point, then please do so. So we're still marching. And now, if you'd like to join me, I'm going to straighten the leg as I pick it up off the floor. And as I straighten the leg, I'm really squeezing the thigh muscles to open up in the backs of the legs. And if you want a little bit more challenging, is to have the hands in the air. And you can keep them by the sides if you prefer. Good, let's do one more on each side. Good. Okay, so let's take one leg up into the air and we're just going to do some little circles. So the circles can be small, or you can make them a bit bigger. Make them as big as you feel confident, or keep them as small as you want to. And if you want to place your hands on your hips for a moment and just see that the pelvis is staying fairly still. Let's go in the other direction. So the idea here is the leg is moving in the hip socket. Oh, my light just went out. I have no idea why that is. Hopefully you can still see me. Let's do one more in this direction and bring the foot down. Okay, so other side, we're going to straighten the leg up and circle And again, starting with little circles, and if you feel, then you can increase them. So we're just getting some really nice movement into the hip socket. And make the circles a bit bigger if that feels good. And then switching sides. And again, just checking in with your pelvis. It's fairly still. There'll be a bit of movement going on there. I don't want to make it rigid, but we're not rocking too much side to side. Good. Come back to center. Okay. We're going to do the same again. Feel free to stay just doing it just as we did, or you can take the opposite arm into the air. So a little bit of coordination as well. So circling. We're going to do 5 in each direction, and you can do the arm and leg in the same direction or opposite direction. I don't mind. And now we're going to switch. And you can make the circles as big or as small as you like. 4 and now 5. Good. Other side. Again, you can just do the leg if you like, or you could just do the arm if you wanted, or if you want to try them both together, then give it a go. 4 and 5, and then switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right, bring the feet down. We are just going to do a few hip bridges because they are one of my favorite exercises. So starting with the arms down by the sides, feet hip distance apart, quite close into your bum, and you're going to press the hips up into the air and then coming back down to the floor. So we're going to go quite dynamically today. So lifting and coming down. Good. Pressing the feet into the floor as you lift the hips. Squeezing the glutes as you lift the hips to open up across the front. Keeping zipped up in the front of the body. We're going to do one more like this. And then if you'd like to join me in adding some arms, I'm going to bring the arms up as I lift the hips and then back down as I bring the hips down. So lift and lower. And I'm also thinking about a bit of energy in the inner thighs. So the knees are going straight forward away from me. Keeping some length in the back of the neck. We've got one more to do. Nice and high. Let's hold for 4, 3, 2, 1 and come down with control. Nice, good. Give your knees a little hug. And then rolling onto the side, we're just going to come up to sitting and coming onto your knees. If your knees are not happy, you can do this one on your tummy, okay? But the reason I'm doing this one on my knees is because I haven't got space to reach my arms out. So either on your tummy or on your knees, you are going to have your arms reaching away from you. And you're going to lift one arm at a time and bring it back down to the mat. Then the other arm lifts and bring it down. So what we're really working with here is the muscles in the shoulders and in the upper back. And check in with your breath. Make sure you're still breathing. We cannot own any movement if we can't breathe at the same time as doing it. So I'm lifting and lowering the arms. Lift and lower. We're going to do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. Okay, so a little bit more challenging. So you can either stick with the single arm lifting, or if you want to try with me lifting both arms, let's give it a go. So we're lifting and lowering. Good. Lift and lower. You might find that you can only get the arms like a little couple of millimeters up off the floor. If this is your first time doing this exercise. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Don't worry if it's really small. We're going to do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and come back to sitting on your heels. I'm just going to come and give the mouse a wiggle because I've lost my screen. Hopefully you're still there. Yes, you are. Good. All right, so coming on to all fours just for a moment. We're just going to finish with some cat-cow. So arching the back, looking forwards, rounding the back, looking towards your belly button, arching and rounding. 2 more. Arch the back, shoulder blades down the back, round the spine, looking towards the belly button. Last one like this, and round the spine. And then from here, let's take it into a circle, round to the side, coming forwards, round to the other side, and up. One more circle. I like to call this one disco cat. And then to the side and up. Let's take the other direction for 2. Looking forwards and circle and round the spine. Last one. And rounding the spine, and then just come to neutral and back to sitting on your heels. Good. Shake out the hands. And we're done. That was it. I have no idea how long that was. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but you're going to get a nice video of that anyway after I've finished doing this little challenge. So those of you who are watching online, I would love to know how that was for you. Same if you have done this on replay as well or on catch up. Please let me know how that little session was for you. How did it feel in the hips? How did it feel in the shoulders? What's going on with my light? Why did that go off? Oh, there it is. Huh. It just popped itself off in the middle of the session. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. I'm just going to give it a moment or two for comments to pop up. So don't forget, tomorrow I have an awesome announcement for you. So don't miss it. Again, live at the same time. I really want to get as many people moving as possible. So please do share this live video on your profiles if you are up for sharing things, and let people know if you've enjoyed it and get them to register. And yeah, let me see. Steph really enjoyed it. Nice to get on the floor and move about. That's Amy J. Hello, lower back, extremely tight. Yes, exactly. So take it really slowly and gently, and things will gradually move up and loosen up. And you'll have access to these videos, Amy J, because you've registered. So you can keep doing them regularly, and the more you do them, hopefully your everything will start to loosen up a little bit, and your back will feel a little bit happier. Hopefully it wasn't painful, it was just a bit tight. Oh, Sasha, hi Sasha, I'm glad you joined us. Nice to see you. Well, not see you, but I'm glad you're here. Nice after some gardening. Perfect. Yes, that's a lot of repetitive movement going on. Gardening is really fantastic exercise. But yeah, nice to just kind of like free up the joints a little bit and do a little, it's almost like a bit of a reset after all of that kind of whatever you've been doing, digging or pruning or yeah, being in lots of funny positions on the floor, which we don't normally do. Let's see who else, a couple more comments. Shoulders might tell you about it tomorrow, but in a good way, Steph. Yes, indeed. That's a challenging exercise, isn't it? It's surprisingly it shows us a lot about the strength that we actually have in our shoulders, or the connection that we have in our shoulders and our upper back. Mo, hi Mo, just watching. You'll do this later on. Cool. Looking forward to doing the arm lifts. Awesome. Cool. Did you register, Mo? I'm not sure that I saw you your email come up on my list. If you did, then fantastic. If you haven't, just click the link, and I'll make sure that you get access to the other recorded videos as well. Sharon, hello. Thank you. Needed that afternoon in front of a laptop. Yes, these ones, the arm ones, for sure, indeed. And did I get everyone's comments? Sue, couldn't lift both arms off at all. Yes, exactly. So that's one to work on. Keep coming back to this video. Sharon, hello. Saving this for when my daughter is in bed. Awesome. Okay, cool. I'll give your daughter a little cuddle for me. And Amy J, 8 hours of fly pillow training last weekend, so it's actually so much better. Good. All right, well, I'm not going to keep you any longer. If you've got any more questions, going. last chance. Yeah, if you're watching this on replay, as I've said, please do share this. Please do pop your likes on, just to get this out to as many people as possible. And please do ask me your questions. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for my special announcement. I'm going to be here at 6 p.m. again tomorrow, exactly the same time. We'll have another little chat. I'll tell you all about what's going on. And tomorrow's practice is going to be standing. Okay, so just to be prepared for that. But again, it won't take a lot of space. You just kind of need enough space to be able to swing your arms and do a little forwards fold. Not too much. All right, my dears. Well, lots and lots of love. Go away and enjoy the rest of your day, in your evening, your afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Mwah! Big love.